You know about this. Thanks again for tuning in to yet another video. We are feeding the LP6 bracket wiring harness through the frame just to kind of cut into it. I had to remove the fuel tank to be able to get my fingers in here. You can't, I wasn't able to squeeze my fingers behind the fuel tank, so I had to take it off. So of course, fuel line, vent, and then your sending unit. I'm using, of course, fish tape, fish line. You can use whatever you want, but this was I was able to feed this through. For some reason, feeding it from the neck down to the battery, there's something bumping in here, doesn't let you do it. But feeding it from the bottom up, you're able to. So now we have to, of course, we have to take our wiring harness, and luckily you have a little disconnect right here, so you don't have to feed the fuse. So we just take that off like so, and then pull that off. And now that should make it a lot easier for us to feed this this wire all the way down to the battery. So let's go ahead, tape this up like so. I'm using some gaffer tape, whatever I have laying around. We're gonna try using that, and then we're gonna feed it slowly but surely back down to the battery. So let's go ahead and tape this up. Alright, so we're pretty much finished here. I've been splicing into this because I don't have any of my tools yet again. I have to buy another set of wire strippers, everything again, because I can't find anything. I've been using a box cutter to splice into these lines. Okay, so I'm still using the old harness. This is, like I mentioned, this is going to be your switch or your activator basically. So if you guys remember, the red wire, the yellow wire, all that stuff, that's in here. I went ahead and just soldered it all together, so this acts as the switch. Now you have an extra ground. This is what I'm going to use to power the S1s. And then of course we have another accessory, and the good thing about this one is this one comes directly from your wiring harness. The other, all your other lights are powered off of the relay, so that's connected directly to the battery and stuff like that, so you don't have to worry about overloading you know, these wires. Since there's nothing coming out of this anymore, that means I could easily wire this up to the S1s and not have an issue with that. So that's that. Now we have the plug over here, and yet again, if you guys remember, let me try not to scratch my headlight. So this is what I had to do. I had to cut it, splice it, shorten it, because of course I don't need all this wire. Now here's the original one. All right, this is how much wire I got rid of. So you can see, you could do this with a Road Glide. I believe the Road Glide harness costs a lot more than the $200 mark, but I could power 2 LP6s off of this easily. So this is the original. This is the original wire. It's from here. I believe I cut off about maybe 10 feet. So this is the original, and then this is the new one for my Lowrider S. Alright, so like I mentioned, you have the yellow wire in here, that's connected to the blue one. Then we have the red one, which is your low beam, that's connected to my low beam, which is blue and yellow. And then the blue and white one, you guys can see right there, that is my high beam, and that's the white wire over here. So it's 1 low beam, 2 ground, 3 accessory or always on the light on, and then you have number 4, that's your high beam. So let's go ahead and grab the light, grab the light, put that in there, and then turn the bike on, and there it is. So we have the amber, that's the accessory. Like I said, that's the yellow one, that's low beam. And then if we were to, how do I do the high beams? How do I do, there we go. You could also hear the relay. You guys hear the relay? Here, let me put it right here. So that's the relay inside. Let me go ahead and turn this off because this thing is bright. How do I turn this off? Alright, so then you saw that the daylight daytime running lamp turned off, so we know it's all, everything's properly connected and everything. So now we have to do, of course, is manage these wires and probably cut the other line. That way we can put it all behind the fairing. So let's go ahead and look at the battery. I went ahead and I grounded off of this bolt right here. I tried doing this one, but there was just no connection. I mean, if you're trying to ground off of this, you're supposed to shave the paint off. So I just went ahead and I swapped it over, moved it over here and grounded it there. So yeah, in case you're wondering, if you're wiring stuff and you're trying not to, you know, overload your ground terminal, just go ahead and use this as a ground. That works just fine. All right, so now we gotta make sure we zip tie all these wires away from the monoshock. You know, just try to make enough room and clearance so you don't pinch these wires, and then of course, you know, cause a short. So we're gonna tie these off, then we're gonna finish up the front, and then we're going to mount the fairing, and then we're done. So in case you were wondering, and how do you wire this with the LP6 harness, like I said, you can, but it's gonna cost you you know, it's gonna cost you about at least 2 hours. So it's up to you. If you guys want to buy the wire directly from you know, one of the suppliers, you can. I believe they're about 200 bucks. You could buy this one, save yourself some money, and then just splice and cut it and then solder it. I have all the soldering stuff here. I have a complete mess like always. I don't have a garage. I don't have anything like that here. So I mean, the soldering tools themselves, this is like, what is this, 30 bucks? So it's up to you. If you guys have these tools, go ahead and, you know, give it a try. If you don't, then, you know, just spend the extra you know, 120 or whatever, spend the extra dough and get yourself one from one of the manufacturers. So let's talk about this other one. Of course, like I mentioned, I could wire stuff onto this. If I want to, I could, you know, wire whatever I want down here. Then, you know, this is going to be enough to supply another LP6. So I'm just gonna cut this off, and then I'm gonna safely electrical tape off the caps, or cap it off, and then we'll just, you know, stuff this behind. And like I mentioned, for this right here, I am going to go ahead and splice into this and then connect my S1s and then call it a day. I'm pretty much done, pretty much finished. So thanks for watching. In case you were wondering, it could be done. Hopefully you guys could, you know, decide if this is worth, you know, the headache and the time, and just get yourself a harness, you know, that's for your bike. I don't know how those other harnesses are gonna, you know, fit in your bike. I'm not too sure. I'm going to go ahead and just bolt this right here. In case you guys are wondering, I'm gonna bolt it right on the mount, or like this. In case you're wondering, that's the way I'm gonna do it. And we'll manage all of this mess with zip ties. I'm also going to wrap this around, kind of like this. I'm going to wrap it around the bracket just to kind of clean it up a little bit. So thanks for watching. I didn't bother recording the soldering and stuff like that. It's just, you just got to connect the wires. I have the white one as your low beam, and the red one is your high beam. And then when you come over here, you know, they're switched. So if you're using this harness, remember, once again, blue, yellow, low beam, blue, white, high beam, and blue is your accessory or your daytime running lamp. And that's it, all right? Stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.